Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum just before the weekly candle close. It's not much time left, only roughly 2 hours, probably far less when you watch the video. Maybe it's already tomorrow. The point is we have on the daily here 4 red candles in a row. On the weekly we may actually get a green candle, but not a bullish one as it seems. Just because we have a little bit of a green weekly here doesn't really necessarily mean we are bullish or anything. As you know, I do still expect one more dip before we can recover here. So I wouldn't really put too much meaning onto this particular weekly candle. If it pushes into the red, yeah, that would be quite a bit of a signal here that we are coming further down, in my opinion. We do have here the scenario that we will see a little bit of a retracement before we do that last low. We talked about that. We talked about this Elliott wave triangle that might be forming here in a wave A, B, C, D, E, because this wave D exactly bottomed out where the target would be based on the Fibonacci levels for such a wave D. So at the moment it's all going according to the plan of the triangle, I would say. And if we now go above the 1318 high, then I think we're going to see here the wave E play out. Now the maximum it should do is 1373 here, the previous high, which would be, if we count it as a triangle, the wave C high. Yeah, so this is, I'm observing this very closely. However, a drop below 1287 and then obviously 1260 would confirm that we are heading further down here finally and make that last low that I would like to see to really complete this pattern to the downside. I'm really looking at here one more dip in this area between 1130 and 1280. This is to complete a wave 2 correction. Wave 2 consisted here of A, B, C. Yeah, and my view is that this is corrective as long as we're holding $1,000. If we go below $1,000, chances are very high that this becomes an impulsive move to the downside, but currently I don't see much evidence for that. But therefore I'm highlighting that we do not yet have a confirmed bottom in place. So at the moment, if you're buying, it's a bit like catching knives, which is fine if you know what you're doing, if you have a strategy around it. So the confirmed bottom is only in place as soon as we see 5 waves up and 3 waves down, basically an impulse up and a correction down, basically another 1-2 setup. That's what we would want to see to get more clarity that a confirmed bottom is in place. At the moment it isn't. This looks a bit like a bear flag, you could say, a broadening ascending wedge which actually broke to the downside, as you can see here. So we haven't even broken above the trend line. We're now fighting here with the $1,300 level. To break back into the wedge, we would need to break above around about 1307, 1308. But either way, even if we go up a little bit more and then come down or go down straight away, which is as per the other counts here, for example, we had A, B, and C in which we are now down. Yes, it's not the most impulsive move down, but it's certainly faster than Bitcoin, and it is still steady. The other count, by the way, was A here, B here, and then C down here. So it doesn't really make a great difference. So yeah, it's all about those key levels when they get broken. At the moment, we're really sitting here between 2 scenarios. If we make it above 1373, that would also not be bullish necessarily. Also not if we go above 1400. It could still be, for example, an extended wave B. It could be, yeah, here. So yeah, but above 1400, a breakout scenario, a direct breakout will get more likely. And I would then wait, if this is the case, I would then wait for 5 waves up to be filled, and then the 3 waves down that I mentioned to accumulate then, or actually to go in more aggressively. Because if we get a confirmed bottom in place like that and see that 1-2 setup, that would be actually a nice entry point before we see the increase in wave 3 that will push us quite high. So yeah, it would be an interesting beginning of the new week Tomorrow, unscheduled Fed meeting, so we'll see what that brings. And yeah, let's see if we get a bit of volatility before the weekly candle close. For me, it's still all pointing here to the downside, and then we need to see if we can hold above the $1,000 level. Certainly very boring sideways movement. This has now lasted since the 19th of September, basically nearly. Yeah, I would say, 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks now. And I think, look at the entire history here recently, the ETH history, it has really not been that long. Such a sideways movement we haven't really had. Well, I would say since July, where we had this range here, but even that wasn't that long, and it went at least a bit of up and down. This year is really just flat. Yeah, this is probably the most boring price action that we've had in a long time. Yeah, I would really struggle to find a very similar structure here on the ETH chart. All right, let's hope it will get interesting soon. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.